While the Marshall Milton ANC retains that familiar and iconic Marshall aesthetic, and that has a cool factor, it's not really for everybody. And part of the reason is because these are on-the-ear headphones, which means they sit directly on the ear. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if you wear glasses like I do, the cushions will not press against the frames, which can be more comfortable for people wearing glasses. But this on-ear design also means that it's gonna perform a bit differently from the usual around-the-ear headphones. That is something that I'm gonna talk about, as well as what I like and what I don't like about the Marshall Milton. So buckle up, links in the pinned comment. If you wanna check the latest price on Amazon, click here for Shopee and subscribe for more reviews like this one. Now, what I really like about the Milton is that its battery life is much better now, up to 50 hours with noise cancelling, which is way above average in the industry. It's also got app support on both iOS and Android, which allows you to customize the Milton's noise cancelling, sound quality, and even the sound staging spaciousness in your sound with sound staging settings. It has battery preservation settings, and you can also set a specific action to the M button located on the left ear cup. On the right ear cup, there is that familiar brass control button. It's one button that does everything from controlling the volume to music playback to call controls. So it's super convenient. It also does USB Type-C audio, just in case you prefer a wired digital connection that also charges the Milton at the same time. Now, what's also worth noting is that while they do support the high-res LDAC codec, they don't deliver the very high frequency range to qualify the Milton as high res, which is up to 40 kHz. And while you can fold them inwards like this, they can't fold flat, which makes them a little tricky to stuff them into slim and skinny bags. In terms of microphone pickup, the Milton ANC is pretty decent, even in noisy conditions. Now, to be honest, it's not the best I've seen because there is still a hint of background noise through the microphones, and my voice sounded robotic. But it did do a pretty decent enough job that what I'm saying through the microphones is still intelligible to the listener. I tested it in both quiet and noisy conditions using really loud cafe noise and wind noise from this fan. I'm now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Marshall Milton ANC. I'm now making a phone call in a noisy and windy place using the Marshall Milton ANC. The quick brown fox jumps over, the lazy dog. As for its active noise cancelling, it's decent enough. I mean, I did feel the noise around me getting dumbed down when noise cancelling is turned on, but as you can see from this frequency sweep, its noise cancelling is pretty weak in the lower frequencies and in the high registers too. This means that while it does cancel a certain degree of most noises like human chatter, traffic noises, and the noise of air conditioning, you're not going to get that feeling of deep silence. Most likely, it's because of the on-the-ear design of the ear cups. I mean, since the cushions are sitting directly on the ears, it is not covering the ears entirely, so a lot of that noise is still getting picked up by the ear's pinna, the part of the ears which are not covered by the cushions. I mean, just listen to the noise cancelling samples. Now, if you want to compare their active noise cancelling and call quality to other products, for just $1 per month or more, you can access my secret weapon, my personal database, which lets you compare their samples A to B directly. Hundreds of people have joined up because this saves you so much time, being able to just cut through all the marketing and compare the products yourself without visiting a store. Most stores don't even let you try the products due to hygiene reasons. So join now on YouTube or Patreon through the links below.
'Cause I don't wanna be a fool, 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 'cause I
As for the Milton's transparency mode, although it does feel kind of occluded in the higher frequencies, the Milton does have fantastic transparency in the mid-range. Much of the surrounding ambient sounds are being picked up and amplified pretty well, which does make its transparency useful enough for face-to-face conversations and general awareness. In terms of the Milton's default sound quality, these have a close and intimate soundstage that does deliver impact, and they are also bona fide bass cannons. Yes, bass is deep and visceral, which makes music like lo-fi hip-hop, R&B, and rock music even more enjoyable for people like me. Bass hits! That being said, it's a little recessed in the mix, and what I don't really like about its default sound is its brightness. It's a bit too bright in the upper mids and high frequencies, kind of bordering on sibilance to be honest, and this is something that we can see in this frequency sweep. Here's what they sound like on their default settings. To compare their sound quality to other headphones and earbuds, go to louandwireless.com/sound samples. Frankly, I don't really like how it sounds on default, which is why I tried to tweak it with its 5-band graphic equalizer. The bass preset was okay, but from the graphic equalizer, I did manage to get something which is a little cleaner, less sibilant, and I've also discovered that using the small room setting in soundstage mode really helps relax the sound a bit further. Yes, it is possible to make the soundstage bigger, more spatial, but it didn't sound that good on the Milton to be honest. Nonetheless, being able to adjust the soundstage is very interesting, and these are very interesting headphones. But as we saw, whether it's a great purchase for you depends on what you want the Milton to do. As always, links in the pinned comment. If you want to check the Milton's latest price on Amazon, click here for Shopee and subscribe for more reviews like this one. By the way, click here to learn what I think of the Marshall Monitor 3 ANC, which is definitely worth a look. And did you know that Marshall has a soundbar?